Alright, hello everyone. Today here in this lab environment we are going to do here site-to-site VPN. So we are going to implement here IKE version 1 and ICON version 2. So there are some methodologies here that we are going to use as IKEs here. The first two IKEs that we are going to use here will be with the IKEs of the physical interface, the IP address, and the others will be with the loopback. So let's go straight forward. We have here this lab environment where we are going to use here Cisco routers, Cisco switch, ASA, and that's it. So we have here the service provider where we are not going to change any configuration here. We are just allowed to change the configuration on the other devices, which is the outside and the inside and then the other side of the network. Hope you guys enjoy. It will be a little bit longer, this configuration, but I will make my possible to make this as more short as I can for you guys enjoy this video. See you all there. Alright, let's start this configuration by seeing what we have here pre-configured, the IP addresses that we have. Enable password on the Cisco, on the switch, show IP interface brief. Alright, I have this IP here, VLAN 10. On the router 1, enable password, show IP interface brief. So I have this IP here. For each side has your own network, and in the ASA, let's see what we have. Probably we must be in net. Let's configure, make sure that password, and then we say show running config. So running config net. We have net here, dynamic net. Let's see object. I have a net here, like the IP address 10.0.11 is being netted to 100.100.100.1. So let's see access list. Really good. Really good. Alright, let's see on the router 2. Enable password, show IP interface brief. Let's see what else we have here. Show run section IP net. Probably we must have a net here on this side. We have a net here running here in this side. Show IP interface brief on the INI Brazil. So router 2 is netting the 192.168.1.100, which is this public IP that we are the router 2 is being netting. This interface here. So alright, let's go straight forward with we have some steps to follow. Let's go. First of them is interacting with the access list. Config terminal IP access list extended. So I'll call this VPN tunnel 1. So permit IP host. Who will be the host here? In this case, I use the host here of the source 10.0.0.254. So I want that this ping initiate here, and then the host destination will be 200.200.200.100. So I'm applying the net to reach this guy here, this 100, which is this interface here on the INI Brazil. Alright, so the second stuff that we must do here is working on the access list of the ASA, because ASA is netting the ASA is netting the interface of the router 10.1.1, we need to configure in this. So allowing the protocols. So the protocol that we are going to allow will be IceCamp, which is 500 and 4500, and ESP. I'll copy this access list. So most of the time I will make this configuration, but it's good that you guys do not copy in the post, because you guys can learn with the repetition. So access list, outside, inside, permit, UDP, host, which will be the host. The outside will be 200.200.2, and then host will be 10.0.1.1, and then key, and then here will be 4500. Let me check that. Yes, that's it. Also, you're going to implement IceCamp here, and also ESP. So here will be ESP. So in this case here we applied the physical interfaces here, because I want that ASA will translate here. So as I implemented here the physical interface of the router 1, he will translate when it goes to that interface, and on the other side we implemented the net from this interface here. So if I say here show running config access list, the configuration will be there. That's it. So we can go straight to the configuration that we want. Crypto, first will be crypto IKE version 1, IceCamp, policy 10. So in the policy 10 we have some options. Let's start with authentication. You guys will notice that during the configuration we'll have some changes, that between IKE version 1 and IKE version 2, IKE version 2 has separated these steps that we are doing here. Authentication, pre-sharing, encryption. Encryption will be AES 256, group will be 15, and the hash will be SHA. I will apply 512. Yes. So the next step is to create the password. Crypto IceCamp, crypto IceCamp key. So I will say here layer net, address will be 200.200.2. Right? If I say here to show run section IceCamp, I have this configuration here, 200.200.2. I will copy this and then I will post in the other side. Config terminal. So have I configured the access list here or not yet? No, not yet. I still must configure the access list there. IP, no permit. Permit IP host 200.200.100 host 10.0.0.254. That's it. Do show IP, do show run section access list. Right, we have now this configuration that we needed. So let's go back to this one. So that is the first. Alright, so this in address I'll say 100.100.100.1. Alright, do show run section icecamp. Really good, right? The next thing that we need to do here after creating the icecamp of the password, we must implement the tunnel. Let's go to the router one and create the tunnel. Crypto IPsec IPsec transform set my tunnel 1. So I will use here ESP as the authentication, ESP AEC AES 256, and what else? ESP, I will use here ESP SHA 384 HMAC. That's what I'm going to use here. So I'll copy this here. There's something wrong here. What is that? ESP SHA 384 HMAC. Oh, still have something wrong. What is that? Let's do all over again. Crypto IPsec transform set my tunnel 1. So here will be ESP AES 256, and here will be ESP SHA 384 and HMAC. That is the config that we want the tunnel. So what is important to remember here is that when we configure this IKE version 1 here, the first configuration here, the tunnel is initiated safe, more safe. So in the IKE version 2, when we configured that, the tunnel is formed but is not protected at all. Exit. So by default is mode tunnel. We do not implement here mode tunnel because by default is already configured. So the next thing that we must do, so let's see, do show run section icecamp. So we have our first config, we have our password, and we have the tunnel. Alright, the third stuff that we need to do here is the crypto map. Crypto map is only possible to use one in one interface. It's not possible to use more than one interface, more than one crypto map in the interface. Crypto map, I will call this VPN because it will be more general. So I will give it the sequence and then IPsec icecamp. Right. So I'll copy this here and post in the other side. That's what I'm gonna do here. So what else? So I will say here match address. So I will match the address of the access list tunnel 1. So I will set, what I will set? I will set peer 200.200.2. set transform set my tunnel 1, and then I can exit here. So I will do the same in the other side. Match address 100.1 invalid access list. Oh, I'm still, what's happening here? Alright, match, okay, match address VPN tunnel 1 set peer 100.1 and also set the transform set my tunnel 1. Alright, exit. So the next thing that we must do will be implement this inside of the interface Ethernet 01 crypto map VPN, and then it's on interface Ethernet 01 crypto map VPN. It's on. So let's try now to ping to see if that worked. Enable password. So I say ping 200.200.100, which is INI Brazil. So it did not work. Let's see why. Exit. Do show crypto IceCamp SA. So the tunnel is formed, but why it didn't work? Let's check it out. IPsec. So I can see that here in the information of encryption and decryption, I have some, I'm not receiving values of the decapsulation. So let's see in the other side. Do show crypto IceCamp SA. So I have the tunnel. So let's see IPsec. Alright, so when it happens, when I do not have the value here, it means that the problem is with the routing commands. So I do not have the routing to that other side. So let's check the router here. So do show IP route. So alright, so I needed to configure here the static routing here because he doesn't know how to reach there. He doesn't know that it will come from the 100.100.100.1. So I must say IP route 10.0.0.254 and then mask 255 will come from, will go to the 100.100.100.1. So and then now I can try again. Let's see. So it worked. Let's see if that is normal now. The tunnel is active and or encapsulation and decapsulation, encryption, decryption is normal, is receiving values. So we successfully implemented our first tunnel. So let's go now to the second tunnel. So for the second tunnel, we are going to work with IKE version 2. IKE version 2 is divided by other process, which is more detailed. Let's do this. So do show section access list. So we are going to use access list. So here I have here the, okay, I use here IP access list, extended VPN tunnel 2. Tunnel 2 will be where I will, how I will work with. So I'll say permit. So I also want that this tunnel starting the ping, the connection from switch. So I'll say that is 10.0.0.254 and then destination will be somewhere in the INE Brazil, which is, I'm gonna use it now 200.200.200.101. So I have this net, do show run section IP net. I have this, I'm gonna use this one here now. So it's netting somewhere here in this router from INE Brazil. I use that one. Permit IP host, right, this way. So I'll copy and post on the other side here, the same VPN. Permit IP host will be 200.200.200.101. The source and the destination will be 10.0.0.254. That's it. So we do not need to change anything from here. So we are going to use all the same. The next step that we are going to do here is go straight to the configuration of IKE version 2. Crypto IKE version 2. We are going to use here proposal, second tunnel, proposal, second tunnel proposal. I'll copy that, post it here. So I must leave it here before exit proposal. So inside of the proposal you say encryption. As you can see here, it's totally different from the beginning. So in the IKE version 1 we have the authentication. Here we do not have the authentication. We have encryption, group, integrity. Encryption, and then we are going to use AES CBC 256. And we are also going to use this one here. This is the encryption that we are going to use. Group, I will use 15. What is the group that I use? 15 and 14. And integrity. I use SHA 512 and 384. Exit. So also I needed to work with the policy and implemented this proposal inside of the policy. Yes, crypto IKE version 2 policy, and here will be called second tunnel policy. So I will call proposal second tunnel proposal. That is it. We can go out. So I will say here do show run section IKE version 2, and I will apply this configuration in the other side too. Here, this one. Exit. do show run section IK version 2. IK version 2. Alright. So the next thing that we must be implementing here is the password, as the same that we configured it earlier in the first step. Here we must implement this password separately. It is made with the key ring. Crypto IK version 2 key ring. So I'll call the second tunnel key ring. Peer. So the peer will be router 2. Inside of the peer, I will say address will be 200.200.2, and the pre-shared key will be layer net. I can exit now. Do show run section IK version 2. So I will go in the other side and I'll apply the same configuration. Peer will be router 1. Address will be 100.100.100.1, and the pre-shared key is layer net. I can go out of this stage. Do show run section IK version 2. So alright, we have our first step configured, which is our proposal and the policy, key ring, and what else we are needing here. We are needing the profile where we are going to implement most of the rules here, and the connecting the key ring, connecting the proposal, and all of this. Let's go straight and making this configuration. Crypto IK version 2, profile. So I will call this second tunnel profile. I call it the second tunnel profile. So inside of this profile, I will use authentication local pre-sharing, also remote, identity local address will be here. The identity will be 10.0.1.1. Also the key ring. Let's call the key ring that we built before. Key ring local second tunnel key ring. What else we are going to need? Match. We needed to match the other side. Match identity remote address that is 200.200.200.2, right? We can exit now. Do show run section IK version 2. So we have here the crypto IK profile. We have the alright, that's good there. And making the same config, we have the crypto IK profile. Let's go back. Match identity remote. So match identity remote will be 10.0.1.1. that is our remote. address. Alright. Identity local. That is 200.200.2. And also we are going to use here these two, authentication and the key ring. We are gonna call that in the other side. Do show run section IK version 2. Alright, we configured that. We must now apply the tunnel, the second tunnel that we are going to use here. Let's do it. Crypto IPsec transform set my tunnel 2. So we must set the authentication for this tunnel. It will be called the ESP AES 256 and also ESP. Alright, let's copy that, it will be more easy. Alright, that's it. I'll copy and post to the other side too. I just think that here in this case I was not the... I just think that I was here 512 and here too 512. Yes, that is the second tunnel that we built. Alright, after we configured that IK version 2, the tunnel, now we must go to the crypto map, but crypto map it's only possible to use one. How we gonna use that inside of that interface? We must change the sequence to make it work. Do show run section IK version 2. Oh, do show run section crypto map. So I will copy this here and I will change the sequence number to 20. So this way I will be able to use the same crypto map but in different sequences. So inside of this sequence, in this crypto map, I will say match. I will call my access list that we created before, that is VPN tunnel 2. I will say set. What is we are going to set? We are going to set the transform set, which is our tunnel, my tunnel 2. We are going to set the peer, which is 200.200.2. And what else? We are going to set the profile that we configured before, IK version 2 profile, and here is the second tunnel profile. That's it. Yes, basically is this. So let me go in the other side and make it the same. Match VPN tunnel 2. First I must go back to here. Crypto map VPN 20 IPsec with IceCamp, and then I will pick up this match address VPN, that is access list, set transform set, and my tunnel 2, which is the second tunnel that I created earlier. No, that I created earlier. Set peer, set IK profile, and the set peer So in the set peer you say that here is 100.1, no problem about this, and that's it. I can exit. I believe that now I have my connection running here, or not yet. Let's check it out if I can ping it there. Enable. All right. Alright, enable password. So I will say ping my first tunnel, that is 200, 200, 200, 100. So I'll try to ping the second tunnel now. Successful ping. So if I come here in the router 2 and they say do show crypto, I scan crypto IK version 2 SA, so my tunnel is ready. So if I say here IPsec, so I can have my first tunnel, which is this 100. If I go down, I will find my second tunnel, which is encapsulating and decapsulating, encrypting and decrypting. All good, right? So we successfully implemented our second tunnel here. For now, let's work with the same IK version 1 and IK version 2, but we are going to use here the loopbacks. Let's create the loopback on the router 1, the router 2, and make it work in different configuration here. Interface loopback 0. IP address, I will call this 1.1.1.1, and then here 255, 255, 255.255, right? So interface loopback 1, IP address will be 11.11.11.11, and then 255, 255, 255.255. So in the other side the same. Let's go there and make this configuration. Interface loopback. Interface loopback. Loopback 0. IP address will be 2.2.2.2, and then 255, 255, 255, 255. The mask. Interface loopback 1. So our IP address and the mask address will be IP address will be 22.22.22.22, and the mask will be 255, 255, 255, 255. That's it. What else? Let's create the tunnel, interface tunnel 0. Interface tunnel 0. IP address will be 192.168.12.1. So mask will be 255, 255, 255.0. So tunnel source will be loopback 1. Tunnel destination will be 22.22.22.22. Tunnel mode will be IPsec over IP version 4, and the no shot. Yes, let's do the same in the other side. interface, tunnel 0, IP address will be 192.168.12.2 and the mask will be 255.255.255.0. So here will be tunnel source, it will be loopback 1, tunnel destination will be 11.11.11.11, tunnel mode will be IPsec over IP version 4 and the no shot. Alright, we made the basically configuration about creating the loopbacks tunnel, and now what we are going to do will be see what we have pre-configured. So we are going to use basically the same things and implement that inside of that configuration of that IPs that we created, the tunnel and the IP. So here you say do show run section ICCamp. So I have my first stage pre-configured. I use it is the same. I need to change this address. So I will say that my address will be 22.22.22.22. That's it. In the other side, the same. Here will be 11.11.11.11. What else I needed to do? I needed to go inside of the tunnel. So for this, I needed to create a profile. So this profile will be responsible for allowing the configuration inside. Let me see here. I have the tunnel. Yes, I do have the tunnel. No, it's not this that I need. IPsec. Yes, I am planning to use this tunnel here. So for I use this tunnel, I must create a profile. So let me see here. Yes, crypto, IPsec, profile, 30 tunnel, profile, 30 tunnel profile. Here I say set, transform set, my tunnel 1. What else we are going to set? Only this, right? Yeah, it's only this. Yes, only this. So what we can do now? So I will do that in the same other side. Here, crypto, creating a new profile and implementing the tunnel that we had used before. Alright, so now we can go inside of the tunnel interface, tunnel 0, and implement that configuration. Tunnel protection, IPsec, profile, and then 30 tunnel profile. That's it. I mean, we'll copy here. Then we'll go back. Interface tunnel 0. Then we'll implement this configuration. So as I have this configuration, I will not modify the crypto map. I will just use routing here to share with the data here and making this tunnel work. So I will say router AEGRP 12. So network, I will advertise that 192.168.12.0, and the network 1.1.1.1 and 0.0.0.0. That is the way to go out. The other side I will do the same. Router AEGRP 12. So network will be 192.168.12.0, and the network here will be 2.2.2.2 and then 0.0.0.0. So let's see if we have the routing here. Do show IP AEGRP neighbor. We do not have that yet. Let's see if we have the BGP sharing that. Do show IP route. We have a BGP here running, but I do not have the network 11.11.11.11. So probably BGP is the one that is responsible. Do show run section BGP. So let's go that and advertise that router BGP 2 network will be here will be the network will be 22.22.22.22, and then mask will be 255, 255, 255, 255, and then we can exit. So let's see now if your ASA, that is our last device from the inside, so he's the one that is in the other side, and maybe he must be known now. Show route. Alright, he's knowing that now. 11, 20, 20, 20, 20, 22, 22, 22, 22. Let's see now if I have this here. Do show IP route. So this side does not have the 11.11.11. Let's configure it here. Show running config route BGP. Router BGP. So let's advertise that router BGP1 address family IP version 4 unicast. So I say network 11.11.11.11, mask is 255, 255, 255, 255, is being advertised. So let's see if now it worked in the other side, if I have it. Do show IP route, and now I do have the 11.11.11.11 being advertised. So let's see if I have the adjacent. Do show IP AEGRP neighbor. I do have, but I have the queue number, count number 1, which has one problem here probably. Let's see in the other side if I have the adjacent in this tunnel 0. So I do not have. So it means that the problem is with the firewall. The firewall is blocking that. So let me go back and try to change this. So show running config net. I have a net here, the dynamic net object and the access list. So So let's allowing this by creating a net object and net and access list. Let's implement that. So I'll say here object network. I'll call this object 11.11.11.11, and the host will be 11.11.11.11. I created the other object that is 22.22.22.22. The host will be 22.22.22 also. 22.22.22. That's it. We are going to create now the net inside to outside, inside to outside. So the sequence, the position of the net will be 1. So source static, source is static, and the object group that we created earlier. So first will be the inside, as our sequence says here, and the destination what? Static is this object here, 22. So that's it. We created our first object and the net. Show running config net. This is our net created, and our object. So now we must create our access list. So the access list will be, so we created the net to go outside, inside to outside. Now we must go to the access list to allowing the traffic to go outside to inside. So I'll copy this here, access list, and then I'll say permit UDP host. As we are going to say that is outside to inside, I will use 22.22.22.22 host 11.11.11.11 EQ, and then I'll say 4500, so 500, and ESP. So that's it. Let's see now if I have the adjacent. The new adjacent was formed. So let's see if I have the tunnel. Tunnel 0 is working. So if I come in here and say do ping 22.22.22.22 source loopback 1. Why it didn't work? Is that really the 22 that I want to ping? Ping. I'm not sure. Let's try 2.2.2 source loopback 0. Alright, it was successfully pinged. Let's go back and check. I have my 30 tunnel that was available now. So if I say do show run, do show crypto IPsec SA, so I have my first tunnel here. I do have my second tunnel, and I also have my third tunnel, which is my tunnel 0. Successful. with the encryption, the decryption. Oh, okay. So now let's try to make it the other configuration, which is with the IKE version 2 creating a loopback. I'll go to the router 1 and I will say config terminal, and I will say interface loopback 2. IP address of this interface will be 111.111.111.111, and the mask 255.255.255.255. So in the other side the same, interface loopback 2. IP address will be 222.222.222.222, and the mask 255.255.255.255. That's it. So here I will also create the tunnel, interface tunnel, interface tunnel 1. Yes, tunnel 1. So IP address of this tunnel will be 192.168.21.1, and the mask will be 255.255.255.0. On the other side the same, but I will also configure some things here before. Tunnel source loopback 1, tunnel destination will be 22.22.22.22. Tunnel mode IPsec druv IP version 4, and no shot. So in the other side I will do the same. Tunnel source loopback 1. No. So interface tunnel 1, IP address will be 192.168.21.2 and 255.255.255.0. So tunnel source will be loopback 1, tunnel destination will be 11.11.11.11. Tunnel mode will be IPsec over IP version 4, and no shot. Alright, now we are in the moment that we are going to look what we can use from the previously configuration. Do show run section IKE version 2. Alright, we can use here the same first step that we configured earlier. I will just configuring another keyring and another profile. Right, just this. Let's do that. First the keyring. Alright, crypto. Right, let me copy this here. So I will change this to the 30 keyring. On the other side the same. Alright, so what we need to do now here, we must set the peer. Peer is router 2. Inside of the peer we say that address will be 22.22.22.22. Identity address is 11.11.11.11, and pre-shared key is layer net. Alright, this is our configuration of my second keyring. Exit to show run section IK version 2. So here is our next configuration. So here's a peer is router 1, address is the address is 11.11.11.11. So identity address is 22.22.22.22, and the pre-shared key will be layer net. Exit. Really good. So what is the next thing? We need to create another profile. Let's do that. Crypto IK profile. So I will call this, I already have the 30 profile, I will call this the 40 profile. 40 profile. Here also, inside of this profile, I will call the authentication. All the same, as it was the new local pre-share. Local remote. What else? We use the authentication. Now let's use identity. Local address is 11.11.11.11. Let's call the key ring that we configured before. Key ring local. So what is the name of our key ring that we used before? So do you remember? This is the name of our key ring that we used before. And also we are going to match identity remote address 22.22.22.22, and that's it. Let's do that in the other side also. So I will go to the authentication. Local remote. I will go also to the identity address. Identity address is 22.22.22.22. Key ring and also the match identity remote address, which is 11.11.11.11.11. No, just this. All right. So we implemented that. So the next thing that we need to do here is to create a tunnel. But for implementing this tunnel, we must create another profile tunnel. Let's go that and create that. Crypto IPsec profile. I will say this tunnel profile. I will call this tunnel profile. And here I will set what I will set inside of this tunnel. Inside of this tunnel profile, I will set the IK version 2 profile, which is the profile that we created earlier, which is this one for tunnel profile. We are going to set the transform set, which is our first tunnel. Transform set my tunnel 2. That's it. We called our profile that we created earlier, and we called it the tunnel in this tunnel profile. So I'll do the same in the other side. So crypto IPsec profile tunnel. Here inside you say that I want to set the same set IK profile, and also I want to set the transform set tunnel 2. Alright, exit. So that's it, really good. We must go back inside of the tunnel. So let's go back here inside of the tunnel interface tunnel 1, and here we are saying tunnel protection IPsec profile, and then we are going to give it this name of this profile that we created earlier. Here, tunnel profile, and in the same in the other side. No, I must first go inside of the tunnel interface tunnel 1, and here I will use this. Alright, as you can see here, the interface tunnel changed to the up stage. What else we need to do here now? We must use the routing here. Let's routing this. So let's say that router AEGRP 21. So here you say network 192.168.21.0, and then network 111.111.111.111, and then here will be 0.0.0.0, and the other side will be the same. Exit router AEGRP 21. So network will be 192.168.21.0. Network will be 222.222.222.222, and then mask, and then the way out is 0.0.0.0, and then that's it. So let's see here, do show IP AEGRP neighbor. We have two tunnels now, tunnel 0 and the tunnel 1. So if I try here to do ping 222.222.222.222 source loopback 1. Oh. Oh, why is that not working? Back 0. Yeah, it worked. Oh, it's loopback 2. Let me try. Yeah, it worked. Loopback 2. This is our 40 tunnel. So let's go back there and check for that. Do show crypto IPsec SA. So we have our first tunnel. We are going to have our second tunnel that we configured. We have our 30 tunnel, that is the tunnel 0. And we are having the 40 tunnel here. That is the tunnel 1. Really good. Thanks for watching, guys. See you all in the next video. Bye bye.